Have you ever stood at the edge of a mountain, heart pounding, legs shaking, wondering if you have what it takes to climb? That's life. It's never meant to be easy. It's meant to test you, to break you down and build you stronger than you ever imagined. There's no easy path. Only the brave walk forward when the world says turn back. The brave fall, bleed, crawl, but they never quit. This is the journey that shapes warriors. Easy road. It always looks so tempting. It's smooth, it's quiet, and it promises you comfort. No resistance, no challenge, no risk. You walk it and everything feels predictable, safe. But that's the illusion. The easy road doesn't build strength, it drains it. It doesn't make you grow, it makes you forget what you're capable of. The truth is, comfort is a silent killer. It whispers, stay where you are. Don't push harder, don't risk failure. And slowly it takes your fire, your hunger, your purpose. That's why the people who chase comfort rarely find fulfillment. Because deep down, every human soul is built for challenge. We're wired to overcome. You see, the path that's filled with obstacles is the one that transforms you. Every time you step into discomfort, you unlock a part of yourself that was sleeping. Pain awakens potential. Resistance reveals power. You can't learn courage without fear, and you can't build strength without struggle. The easy path might keep you safe, but it will never make you strong. When you choose to avoid the uphill climb, you also choose to avoid the view from the top. Every mountain you refuse to climb becomes a regret waiting to happen. The brave know this truth. They understand that greatness is carved through hardship. They choose the path that others run from, the cold mornings, the long nights, the failures, the exhaustion. They know that the process is what gives them power. It's not the success that defines them, it's the struggle that shaped them. Because when you earn something through pain and effort, it becomes part of your identity. The easy road can never give you that. It can only give you comfort today and emptiness tomorrow. Most people want success without sacrifice, glory without grind. But that's not how life works. Every reward demands a price. Every victory demands pain. The easy way doesn't prepare you for the storms that will come. It leaves you fragile. And when the winds hit, and they always do, those who avoided struggle are the first to fall. But the ones who embraced the climb, who walked through fire, they stand tall. Not because they never faced fear, but because they faced it daily and kept going. Think about it. Every great explorer, every fighter, every leader in history walked the hard path. They understood that growth happens in resistance. Like steel forged in fire, you too are refined in the heat of challenge. Every obstacle is shaping you, strengthening your will. The pain you feel today is not your enemy. It's your training ground. It's teaching you endurance, patience, and discipline. So when you find yourself choosing between the easy route and the hard one, pause. Remember that the easy one might spare you temporary pain, but it will cost you long-term strength. The hard one will test every fiber of your being, but it will reveal who you truly are. You'll discover that you're capable of far more than you ever imagined. And when you finally reach the summit, sweaty, bruised, exhausted, you'll look back at the struggle with gratitude. Because it wasn't the view that made you proud. It was the climb. The easy road is for those who want to exist. The hard road is for those who want to live. Choose wisely, because the path you take shapes the person you become. Every challenge you face in life is not just a problem, it's a mirror. It reflects who you are when everything else is stripped away. When comfort, control, and convenience are gone, what's left is your raw character, your courage, your will, your heart. Most people fear challenges because they expose weakness, but that's exactly why you need them. Without challenges, you'd never discover your limits, and more importantly, you'd never realize how far you can go beyond them. Life isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about using it as a tool to become more resilient, more grounded, and more alive. When you stand face to face with a challenge, you're standing in front of truth. The truth about your mindset, your patience, your strength. It's easy to look strong when everything's easy, but real power only shows when things fall apart. The storm doesn't destroy you, it reveals you. And that's the beauty of struggle. It removes the masks we wear and shows us who we really are beneath the surface. The moments that scare you the most are often the ones that build you the most. Every obstacle is a chance to rise, to fight, and to redefine yourself. The mistake most people make is running away from difficulty. They see a problem and think it's a sign to stop, a reason to turn back. But the brave understand something different, that the obstacle is the path. The mountain isn't blocking your way, it is the way. Every test, every failure, every disappointment you face has one purpose: to prepare you for the next level of your life. If you keep escaping discomfort, you'll keep escaping growth. The only way to truly live is to face the storm head on. And storms will come, that's a guarantee. Life doesn't hand you strength as a gift, it hands you trials as training. Every setback is an invitation to evolve. You learn patience when things take longer than expected. You learn resilience when plans fall apart. You learn courage when fear tries to control you. Every battle toughens your spirit, and with every struggle, you become more dangerous. Not to others, but to your own doubt. When you stop running from challenges and start embracing them, something incredible happens. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance and start seeing yourself as the architect of your destiny. You begin to realize that you can shape your life with the power of your mindset. Challenges become less about pain and more about purpose. You start asking, what is this trying to teach me, instead of, why is this happening to me? That single shift changes everything. The brave don't fear the storm, they become it. They don't wait for life to get easier, they get stronger. They understand that pressure creates diamonds, that adversity sharpens skill, and that the fire that burns can also purify. You're not meant to live in the safety of calm seas. You're meant to navigate the chaos of waves and come out unbroken. So when life hits hard, don't retreat. Don't hide behind excuses or self-pity. Stand your ground. Let the challenge come. Let it test you, break you, and rebuild you. Because each trial you survive doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. And that's the goal. You're not supposed to walk through life untouched. You're supposed to walk through it transformed. The truth is, challenges don't make you weaker. Avoidance does. Facing them is how you build the armor that no fear can pierce. So the next time the storm approaches, don't run. Lift your head, face it, and walk forward. Because the brave don't wait for calm. They rise in the middle of the storm and prove that no challenge is greater than their will to overcome. Fear. It's the voice that whispers in the back of your mind when you're standing at the edge of something great. It tells you to stop, to retreat, to play it safe. It convinces you that failure will destroy you and that comfort will protect you. But that's a lie. Fear has only one mission: to keep you small. And yet, inside that fear lies your greatest growth. Every person who has ever achieved something extraordinary had to face that same voice. The difference is, they didn't listen, they acted anyway. That's what separates the brave from the broken. Not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Fear is not your enemy, it's your compass. It points toward the very thing that will expand you. The situations that scare you the most are usually the ones that have the power to transform you the most. If your dreams don't scare you, they're too small. Fear shows up when you're about to cross a threshold, when you're about to evolve. It tries to pull you back into the comfort zone where nothing grows. The brave recognize this pattern and refuse to let fear dictate their future. They look fear in the eye and say, "You can walk beside me, but you don't get to lead." Courage is not about feeling fearless. It's about taking action while fear screams in your ear. Every warrior, every leader, every explorer has felt the same pounding in their chest, that shaking uncertainty that says, "What if I fail?" But they took the step anyway. Because courage isn't built in silence or safety, it's built in motion. You grow brave by doing the very thing you're afraid of. Fear fades only when you face it head on. The truth is, fear never disappears. It just changes shape. You'll feel it at every new level, before every big leap, every new beginning. But if you keep waiting for it to vanish, you'll wait your whole life. The key is to move forward with it, to understand that bravery is not the absence of fear, but mastery over it. The moment you stop running and start facing it, you reclaim your power. You stop being a prisoner of your mind and start being the commander of it. Fear feeds on hesitation. The longer you wait, the louder it grows. It builds stories in your head about all the ways things can go wrong. But once you take that first step, fear starts to crumble. Momentum destroys doubt. Action silences overthinking. That's why the brave never freeze. They move. Even if they're trembling, They move, because one step forward in fear is worth more than 1,000 steps in comfort. And remember, every person you admire, every icon who made history, they all started terrified. They doubted themselves, they questioned their strength, but they acted anyway. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary lies in that decision to move through fear, not around it, to use it as fuel instead of chains. When you face fear enough times, it loses its grip. It becomes your signal that you're exactly where you should be, on the edge of growth. So when fear whispers, you can't do this, let courage answer, watch me. When doubt says, you're not enough, let your actions speak louder. Because the truth is, you don't conquer fear by talking about it. You conquer it by walking through it. Each time you do, your world gets bigger, your heart gets stronger, and your confidence becomes unshakable. You were never meant to live a life free of fear. You were meant to live a life where fear reminds you that you're alive, that you're pushing limits, breaking barriers, chasing something real. So don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait to stop being scared. Step into the fire anyway, because fear doesn't disappear when you stand still. It disappears when you move. And the brave, they move, no matter how loud the fear roars. Pain, the word itself, makes people flinch. We spend our lives trying to avoid it, trying to hide from it, trying to numb it. But the truth is, pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher, your mentor, your sculptor. It strips away weakness, pride, and illusion. It reveals what's real, what you're truly made of. The world often teaches us to chase comfort, but comfort never made anyone strong. It's pain that builds resilience. It's pain that teaches you to endure. Every scar, every wound, every heartbreak carries a lesson that no book or mentor could ever teach. Pain is the fire that forges your character. When you hit rock bottom, when life crushes you to your knees, that's where the transformation begins. Because when you've lost everything, when there's nowhere left to fall, you finally see what cannot be taken from you, your will. Pain introduces you to your inner strength. It doesn't just hurt you, it refines you. It exposes the raw truth of your spirit. It asks you, will you break or will you rise? And how you answer that question determines who you become. The weak try to escape pain. The brave learn from it. They understand that every struggle is a chance to rebuild stronger than before. The most powerful people on this planet are not the ones who never suffered. They're the ones who suffered deeply and use that suffering as fuel. Pain has a strange way of awakening parts of you that peace never could. It wakes up your hunger. It ignites your purpose. It teaches you compassion, humility, and patience. Pain humbles you, reminding you that you're human, but it also strengthens you, reminding you that you're unbreakable. When you look back at your life, the moments that changed you the most weren't the easy ones. They were the nights you cried yourself to sleep, the mornings you didn't want to get up but did anyway, the days when you wanted to quit but kept moving. That's where your power was born. Every scar you carry tells a story of survival, a story that says, I was tested and I refused to surrender. That's what makes pain beautiful. It leaves a mark, yes, but that mark becomes your proof of endurance. Pain doesn't mean punishment, it means preparation. Life is sharpening you for the battles ahead. Every disappointment, every betrayal, every loss is shaping your perspective and strengthening your resolve. You don't grow when everything goes right, you grow when everything goes wrong, and you keep going anyway. Pain is the universe's way of saying, there's more in you, dig deeper. And when you do, you find a version of yourself you didn't know existed. You must learn to sit with pain, not run from it. Feel it, understand it, and then rise from it. Every time you rise, you evolve. Every time you choose to face the hurt instead of hiding from it, you build mental and emotional armor that no one can take away. That's why those who have walked through darkness shine the brightest. They know what it's like to have nothing and still find light. The brave don't wish for an easy life. They wish for the strength to endure a hard one. They don't curse their pain, they thank it for the lessons it brings. Because every broken piece becomes part of the masterpiece. You don't come out of pain the same, you come out wiser, stronger, and more grounded. So when pain visits you, don't push it away. Let it do its work. Let it burn away the weakness, the fear, the doubt. Let it forge the steel within you. Because one day, you'll look back and realize the pain you hated was the very thing that built you. Pain isn't there to destroy you. It's there to prepare you for the life you were meant to live. The brave understand this truth. Pain is temporary, but the strength it gives you lasts forever. The brave don't wait for motivation, they act. That's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. Some days it's there, you feel unstoppable, driven, ready to take on the world, but on most days, it's nowhere to be found. That's where discipline steps in. Discipline doesn't rely on emotion, it relies on commitment. It's the quiet voice that says, do it anyway. It's showing up when you don't feel like it, pushing forward when your mind screams for rest, and holding the line when others quit. Motivation might light the fire, but discipline keeps it burning when the storm hits. Discipline is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Anyone can act when they're inspired. That's easy. But when you're tired, when you're broken, when you fail 5 times in a row and you still choose to keep going, that's strength. That's the kind of power that builds legends. The brave understand that waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect feeling, or the perfect circumstance is a trap. There will never be a right time. There will only be now. And now is where progress happens. Discipline is not glamorous. It's not loud or exciting. It's repetitive, uncomfortable, and often lonely. It's waking up early when the world is asleep. It's putting in hours when nobody is watching. It's saying no to distractions, temptations, and excuses. It's choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. But every act of discipline, no matter how small, is a vote for the person you want to become. Each time you show up, even half broken, you're building a version of yourself that cannot be shaken. Motivation depends on how you feel. Discipline depends on who you are. When you live with discipline, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop making deals with weakness. You stop waiting for someday. You act today, right now, because you understand that every second counts. The brave don't rely on passion alone. They rely on principles. They've trained their mind to obey purpose over pleasure. They've learned that consistency beats intensity. You don't have to do everything perfectly. You just have to keep showing up. There will be days when your body aches, when your spirit feels drained, when doubt crawls in whispering, what's the point? Those are the days that define you. Those are the moments that separate those who say, I wish, from those who say, I did. Because when everything in you wants to stop and you keep moving anyway, that's where real confidence is built. You realize that you don't need to feel ready. You just need to move. Every step, no matter how small, is proof of your strength. Discipline is the foundation of freedom. It might sound strange, but it's true. When you master discipline, you gain control over your life. You're no longer a slave to moods, distractions, or fear. You decide your path. You choose your destiny. That's real power, the ability to command yourself. The brave understand that discipline is not punishment, it's self-respect. It's saying, I'm worth the effort. My dream is worth the grind. So stop waiting for motivation to find you. Stop expecting inspiration to knock on your door. Act, move, build. Even if you feel nothing, do it anyway. Because every time you act without motivation, you grow stronger. Every time you follow through on your word, your confidence deepens. And soon you'll realize that motivation wasn't what you needed after all. You just needed discipline. The steady, unshakable force that carries you through the storms and delivers you to victory. The truth is simple. The brave don't wait to feel ready. They build readiness through action. They understand that motion creates emotion, that doing creates belief. So when the world slows down, when others stop, you keep walking, step by step, day by day, until the impossible becomes your normal. Because in the end, discipline doesn't just change what you do. It changes who you are. Mountains don't move for the weak, they bow only to the relentless. That's the truth about life, success, and every dream worth chasing. The world doesn't hand victory to those who wish for it, it gives it to those who refuse to quit. Every great climb, every breakthrough, every triumph begins with a decision. I will not stop. The path to greatness is steep, unpredictable, and often brutal. It will test you, break you, and demand more than you think you can give. But that's exactly how it transforms you. The summit isn't reached by strength alone. It's reached by endurance, by persistence, by a spirit that refuses to back down, no matter how hard the climb becomes. Life has a way of testing your will. It throws storms, failures, and endless obstacles in your path, not to destroy you, but to see if you truly mean what you say. Everyone wants success until they feel the weight of the journey. Everyone wants to win until they realize how much it costs. The weak turn back when it hurts. The brave push forward because they understand that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. The mountain doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, or your comfort. It only responds to your perseverance. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Even when progress feels invisible, even when the climb feels endless, every single move forward is shaping you into someone unstoppable. You see, strength isn't built in moments of ease. It's built when your legs are shaking, your lungs are burning, and your mind is screaming to stop, yet you take one more step. That step, that single act of defiance against the voice of surrender is where transformation happens. That's where the brave are born. The relentless don't wait for things to get easier, they get stronger. They don't pray for lighter burdens, they develop broader shoulders. When they fall, they rise. When they fail, they learn. When they lose, they adapt. There's no final defeat unless you accept it. The mountain might slow you down, but it can't stop you. Not if you keep climbing. The path may cut, bruise and scar you, but every wound becomes proof of your courage. Every scar says, I was tested and I did not break. The brave know that the journey itself is the reward. They understand that the summit isn't the true victory. The real victory is who you become while climbing toward it. You become disciplined, resilient, and patient. You learn to trust yourself, to silence doubt, and to embrace hardship as part of the process. Every setback, every detour, every fall becomes a lesson written in sweat and pain. The summit will come in time, but the strength you gain on the way, that's what changes your life. And when you finally reach that peak, when you stand at the top, breathless and bruised, you'll understand something powerful. It wasn't the view that made it worth it. It was the climb. It was every night you fought through exhaustion, every morning you rose despite failure, every moment you refused to surrender. You looked down at the path you conquered and realized that the mountain never bowed to you. You earned every inch of it. So never let the difficulty of the climb make you doubt the value of the journey. The road to greatness is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to build you. The summit belongs only to those who endure, to those who fight through fear, fatigue, and doubt. Because in the end, life doesn't reward the fastest or the strongest. It rewards the one who simply refuses to stop climbing. Keep moving, keep fighting, keep rising, because no mountain, no failure, no storm can hold back the one who refuses to quit. The brave understand this truth. You are not defined by how many times you fall, but by how many times you rise again. And if you keep rising, nothing, no mountain, no obstacle, no fear will ever stand in your way.